comes towards Richmond's half-forward line. No one making clean time contact. The ball put down by Landy, the umpire rightly penalising him. The first clean kick in the game going out has now awarded a 15-metre penalty against the Richmond team. Halen once again, who should go straight down to McClure, who's leading slightly away from the half-forward line. Another 15-metre penalty. What's an unusual start?
And I think umpire Dallow was letting the players know right from the very start they're not going to take any of this cribbing over the mark, but hold things up. Something that Richmond have done for quite a few while is behind play. Wells and Rains having quite a to do, and McClure coming in with things, and Tempest afraid, and that started with Wells and Rains.
Well, there's only far, but Tempest are already at breaking point. I can imagine how highly strung these players will be. Umpire James going in to sort things out now. And, well, this kick has travelled now. The ball has travelled down to Wells. It's gone from centre-half back to centre-half forward without actually being kicked.
That kick from Greg Wells off the side of the boot, that incidentally was Greg Wells' first kick in a final game of football, because in all his career at Melbourne, Greg Wells unfortunately did not make the finals. So he's playing his first semi-final or qualifying final today as McClure gets the big tap. The free kick has been paid. This time it goes to Richmond, and so we'll find Emmett Dunn with not the kick, a handball. He gives it across, but if they've been penalised, then they have to come back, because it looks as though we may have another 15-minute. No, it's not a 15-minute penalty, but Emmett Dunn being told to take the kick.
And the kick travelling back toward the half-forward line for Carlton, where the big pack forms up. It comes to the ground. Marcoux, the charge, pushed out, picked up here by Johnson. Francis left-footing it in toward the full-forward zone. Welsh up, or spoiled his own teammate on that occasion in Landy. Could be a free kick, but the umpire said a bounce will take place. Unusual opening to this big game here at VFL Park.
James about to put the ball down, 20 metres out from the Carlton. Grabbed by Wiley, has the ball knocked out of his hands. Sheldon lost possession of the ball, and it's picked up by Malthouse. His kick up towards centre wing, where we see Harms come right over the top of Bartlett. A great mark by Wayne Harms.
Harms showing a great mark over Bartlett, who's playing his 337th league game. That is a record for any player in VFL football. The ball down on the ground, the umpire said in the back will be paid, and the free kick is going to Greg Strawn of Richmond from the half-back position. Well, a lot of things have happened in the game so far, but not much football, really. Kick by Strawn up toward the half-back, or the half-forward zone. A beautiful kick, really. Punched down from the pack, giving a chance for Wood. It breaks toward Jess. He goes down. Richmond run into each other at this early stage of the game. Jess's hand pass ineffective. Rains rides a few bumps and comes out with the free kick.
It's Jeff Rains right in the centre of the ground. A beautiful kick from Rains, straight over centre-half forward. No mark taken. Free kick has been played anyway, and it'll be Austin of Carlton to relieve the pressure momentarily.
No score as yet, and 1.5 or 3.5 minutes, I should say, gone in the first quarter.
Kick out wide towards the half-back flank. McConville up high, couldn't take the mark. Collins lost possession of the ball. Tackled to Mackay, he lost it. Wiley gets a hand pass, it goes straight to Marcoux. Marcoux puts it down towards the centre wing. Landy coming across for the Tigers. He goes in for the short pass. A beautiful pass from Landy, hits Collins right on the chest.
No one leading for Collins, though. Collins on centre wing, but no lead forthcoming. He's forced to go high. The whistle sounds a 15-metre penalty once again. Quite a few of those being played in the first 4 minutes of this first quarter. This time against Carlton. Mayland getting 15 metres on 2 occasions early in the game. But it's Collins with the ball going up long, looking for Roach. It's Jones, can't take the mark. Marcoux, hand passing out. Southby got it out to Austin. Austin left foot.
Nice kick from Austin over the head though of McClure. Tapping the ball wide of McClure, we see Landy once again. And he straightens up and goes for the pass up, looking for Bartlett. It's over the head of Bartlett and Gould, grabbed by Smith. He tried to burst through the tackle, was able to get the hand pass in. Wiley beautifully gets out of trouble, puts the ball up, looking there for Roach. Roach is up, punched away there by Southby, but it goes straight to Waitman, who gives it to Bartlett. A chance of a goal as Bartlett hooks it back. I think he's hooked it too far though, and only 1 point goes on the board from the boot of the evergreen Kevin Bartlett, who today has broken the league record for a number of games. John Mantell had 336, and today it's Kevin Bartlett's 337th game of league football.
That's the first score of the game going to Bartlett, who hoped for a goal, only brought up the point. Plump in toward Mackay. Carlton should expect big things from Mackay. The hand pass is good. Francis right footing it from out of wing, up high, but Malthouse, the only player within Cooey to take the easy chest mark.
Malthouse playing on straight away. and getting himself in trouble. Hand pass across to Strawn. Bad football there as Strawn's week in, week out, that they're not really working. And I think what's happened now is that Carlton and Richmond last week got the good old-fashioned thrashing, and that seems to be the thing that really brings them back to the business and makes the coach find it easy to psych them up. And Richmond was certainly psyched up yesterday. They came out, they just threw their body in. At times they collided with each other. And it was Richmond's attitude, as much as anything, that really took the game away from Carlton.
337 games record.
Oh, well, there's Bartlett coming out. Harms put it down.
And it didn't take very long for him to make his presence felt. He set Richmond well on the path to victory. Look at this one.
Goes straight through a beautiful goal.
Now off Austin's hands.
Austin, who missed the easy one. Bartlett again. Left foot shot and goal. It's coming close. Yes, another goal to Kevin Bartlett. And a poor kick.
Gets away from Harms, and it's Bartlett to mark again.
What a quarter. Roach and Southby. The Rovers will come in for this one. Bartlett. Hand passes Wiley. Wiley shoots the goal. I think he's missed it. No, he got it. The Rovers came in a medal. Well,
Wiley returns the compliment now. Gives the ball to Bartlett.
Forward and the ever reliable Bartlett's there. Straightens up. Goes forward. And it's number 4 for Kevin Bartlett. Finds Bartlett. Bartlett gives it to Collins. Collins
Bartlett to Collins into Wood. And the Tigers are away again.
It's a goal. A great mark by Strawn. And Strawn now has
This is Richmond teamwork. Strawn to Wood.
an attempt at
Tempany.
Plays on, gets out of it. The hand pass across, misses Tempany. Harms comes across, puts Tempany under a bit of pressure. Tempany cocked one a bit high, but came
The
out.
Rains.
A quick kick from Tempany goes out to the wing and finds Jeff Rains, who plays on from centre wing.
Down to Waitman.
Drives another beautiful kick towards centre half forward. Bartlett's waiting there. It comes up to the hands of Bartlett towards Waitman.
And then across to Bartlett.
Back, I think, to Bartlett. Bartlett straightens up, and from directly in front, there's no mistake. As Bartlett brings up goal number 5. Great effort by Waitman and Bartlett. Jess is kicked down, and at the back is Bartlett.
A twist, a turn and a balk. And it's another goal for Bartlett. Plenty of motivation out there yesterday. Even the coaches were motivated.
Peter Jones have just had words and almost came to blows. Well, that's unusual when the two respective coaches get into loggerheads. Look at these two.
Who provided those brilliant highlights for our Big M highlight presentation today. Kevin Bartlett of Richmond, our Big M highlight winner. Armstrong.
Tap's a good one, taken by Armstrong. The shot toward goal is good, and the umpire said Carlton kick back into play.
Robert Klump.
Got the hand of Abdul trying for a snap, or trying to get a snapshot. Klump shot at goal, a ripper. Straight through the centre.
Robert Wiley.
Pass out by Mark Cooper, missed by English, grabbed by Wiley. Wiley goes goal. What a great snap by Wiley. Kicked down and at the back.
Kevin Bartlett.
It comes off the hands of Bartlett. He gets around Mark Cooper. Straightens up again. It's another one by Bartlett. Todgio by Welsh.
Alec Marcoux.
Down there by
His right, Hutton's goal and Golden goes for that. And of course he goes into the final for the Golden Goal of the Year, which is worth $1,000, plus this Hutton's goal, and I get a hand today. Let's have a look at Robert Wiley's goal again.
The interesting part about this is the way he has to turn back out of the play and then come back into it again. You watch this. So he turns out.
Well, there's a bit of class about that, isn't it?
He comes down and he turns back into play again. You watch that. And the way he dropped that ball. See how he's dropping it?
Yeah,
he knows exactly where it's going.
Robert Wiley, Hutton's Golden Goal of the Day winner.
at the centre bounce. Big Lee, look at him, ready to pounce like the big tiger. This time he's beaten though, and a good knock from Jones gets to Marcoux. He's well tackled by Brian Wood. Wood then gets the ball out wide. Rains comes in, almost collided with Scrimshaw, gets it out to Scrimshaw, but he's been penalised, and so the free kick will go to the big fellow Jones. Jones can see McConville. He's a bit late to get the ball moving to him. The kick dropped short. Oh, it should have been marked by Tempany. The kick, not a good one. Coming to the members' side, wing position, racing toward the boundary line. I think, no, it bounces back nicely for Rains. The hand pass to Jess right downfield. Jess hand passing out once again. And Landy takes it. A good player so far in this game. He drives it towards centre half forward. Francis Burke was higher in the air, but he had one hand on the shoulder of his opponent. Out for the free kick. Short game. He's going for the long kick.
straight down the centre of the ground. Strawn coming across. It's punched on by Clomp. Good play on that occasion. It's grabbed by Tempany. He gets out of troubles. He runs around both McConville and McClure. Puts the ball out wide to the wing. Racing after it is Waitman. Taps it over the top looking for Collins. Collins gives away a free kick. They were a ridiculous attempt tackle. And I thought Collins would have been well advised, Jack, to go for the ball.
Richmond scragging. Bob Skilton just described that one. Austin going wide to the outer side, was going straight to Wiley. Oh, McClure a bit late on the scene, absolutely unnecessary. Yes, 15-metre penalty, and lucky to get away with only 15 metres. So Richmond playing on. Through Wiley, the ball is transferred up toward the full forward zone. Austin's left foot kick to get out of trouble. Good a chance to get it, the ball bounces it anywhere favourably for him. It didn't. Harms put it down. It's been picked up here, and Smith looking for the short pass, finds Bartlett. Bartlett's going to play on. Dool giving chase, the shot by Bartlett. Goes straight through, a beautiful goal. Robert Bartlett, 337 games he's played, and he's got the vim and the zip of a first-year player.
A magnificent goal there by Kevin Bartlett, but full credit to young Smith. The first-year player has had a great season for the Tigers. His pass to Kevin Bartlett was a beautiful piece of football, and that's where a player like Wayne Harms, he had to take the risk, leave Bartlett, and after that poor kick by his teammate in Austin, Bartlett had to be the player who chased it out.
I thought Harms should have gone for the boundary line, but watch this goal from Bartlett. It's a ripper. Split the centre and brought up Richmond's first goal.
So it's a big punch from Lee. Attempt to tap on there by the centre half forward in Jess, grabbed by Mackay. Ashman's down behind play, and so it's now with Jimmy Jess. Jess puts a long kick down the ground towards Roach. It's Roach in position to mark, and it's almost a mark. Ball play on. Bartlett's there, grabs the ball, throws it out in front of him, and will be penalised.
Yes, well, that's Ashman now in the hands of the trainers now. Received a knock. I didn't quite pick up what it was, but there's been a few of those. It's Harms going for the short pass to Malin, got the ball just inside the boundary line. Little scoreboard you've just seen showing that Richmond are 1 point in front of Carlton. The time clock 10 minutes into the first quarter. We expect a great game of football here, and so far we haven't been disappointed. Collins from the hands of the pack, taking the ball away, but it's a free kick to Mark Lee, putting the ball quickly to the boot. He looks upfield for Roach, but chopping in there is Bruce Dool.
Dool plays on straight away where he sees Francis on his own. That lead from Francis forced Landy to come right down the ground, but a bad pass from Francis is intercepted by Michael Malthouse.
He's a long way upfield. He's right on centre wing. Now, Vicky Malthouse from the back pocket is going in towards centre half forward now, hopeful for Roach. Roach coming out. Oh, dropped a bit short, couldn't quite get to it. Now was a chance for Wilder. His kick was smothered. Southby balks out of trouble, grabbed a bit high. The umpire called play on. Austin on the left foot, coming down the members' wing, looking for Ashman. Ashman up, can't take it, was nudging the back a bit. Malthouse there, went for the boundary line, I thought, but trapped it well. Now gets the ball back into play. Another chance there. It looked like Waitman had the chance to take the mark. The ball still in play, picked up by Burke. The hand pass comes straight back to Francis, who's running himself into trouble instead of out. His hand pass is bad. Taken by Scrimshaw. Up to Roach. One for Bartlett or not. Yes, there it is. Oh, Bartlett's missed again.
And it's Roach's free kick, Jack, so Richmond have the advantage, or the chance, I should say, of getting a goal anyway.
Didn't Bartlett rove that beautifully?
Doesn't he always?
Oh, I could just about see it before Roach went. There it is. You watch this. And if you can see Bartlett's placement, look, he puts himself in a position for the tap down. The shot was missed. But it's Roach going back to take a standing shot from only 15 metres out.
We saw a perfect shot of our camera work there, Jack, with Southby giving the Roach the nudge in the back. So Michael Roach lines up for his first goal and makes no mistake about it to take Richmond to 2 goals, 13 points. Carlton 1 straight goal, 6 points.
Fitzpatrick put it down. It's been taken well by Strawn up to the half-forward zone. Harms was told to leave it by Austin and missed the easy one. Bartlett again. Left foot shot at goal. It's very close. Yes, another goal to Kevin Bartlett. Well, have a look at him go.
A bad miss there, Jack. Carlton a little bit rattled at the moment. Richmond have started in fine style. They're really attacking the ball.
Watch this go again. Burke getting the ball down. Bartlett, he's a slippery customer. Left foot snap at goal.
Could possibly have been a free kick to Austin there, Jack.
Could possibly have been one, but
Warren Jones Mark Lee. Jones, the big punch, straight down the ground. Fitzpatrick, I should say. Fitzpatrick still down after copping one from Lee. It's back now with Marku. He gets a quick hand pass out. Richmond tackling fiercely so far in this game as Malin comes across, gets the free kick, and so Malin from about 70 metres out from goal will put Carlton into the forward area.
Bobby, Richmond are tackling with such ferocity they don't care who they're knocking down. They're knocking down their own players and everybody.
It's not one at the moment, Jack, because they have a 13-point advantage as Malin's kick goes slightly off the side of the boot, and a good mark taken down there by Peter McConville. Within kicking distance, he's about 35 to 40 metres, well, wouldn't be 40 metres, at about a 45-degree angle.
He's been a very versatile player for Carlton this year, hasn't he? They've used him everywhere.
Well, not just this year, Jack.
But more so this year, I meant.
A very talented player. Not always a true boot. Let's see what he can do on this occasion. He is a true boot now.
That'll do it. He tries again. Peter McConville getting his first goal, and Carlton on 2 goals for 12 points. Richmond 3 goals, 19 points. The time clock 14.5 minutes into this electrifying final, even though it's called the qualifying final. The start of it has been electrifying. Bartlett in full flight went over the end of the ground with 2 goals won, which is a great effort out of Richmond's 3 goals won. So he couldn't have done that much more. And now we're
for a fair while to get rid of it. Now Sheldon's kick goes straight down towards centre-half forward, and the mark again taken by McConville.
Too far out to score. He'll be hopeful for a mark further downfield. The kick is directed up toward Warren Jones. Emma Dunn out in front to take a clean mark in defence for Richmond. Looking for the chance to play. Oh, he transfers play across to Rains. Rains will open up the gap here if he can break away. That he does. He runs through the half-back line. Delivers the ball well to the half-forward zone. We're coming out in front. It's Wiley. The ball punched away. Been picked up here by Francis, who's caught in possession. And Richmond will go into attack through the boot of Robert Wiley. He'll move it quickly up to Roach. He'll try and outmark Southby. He gets away from Southby. Gets up high. The hands go up the mark. Not paid. Collins caught. Hand pass to Bartlett. Bartlett will snap from the forward pocket. Can he get another one? No, he cannot. Oh, gee, he's doing some work.
Well, Wayne Harms, an attacking type of player, has been away from Bartlett on a few occasions. And
Bartlett won't mind that.
No, he will not at all, Jack, particularly with the open spaces of the of VFL Park. But I was thinking there, we remember the game that Harms played against Bartlett out at Prince's Park, Jack. So it's only natural that he would line up there as Mark Lee loses possession of the ball. So too does Francis. Picked up by Collins. A hand pass across now to Wood. Wood now from the half-forward line. A poor kick from Wood might find Bartlett, and does exactly that.
Wow, what a quarter. Doug Wade here having a good look at this game, Doug. Bartlett going well. He nods approval. Doug's been known to kick a goal or 2 at his time. Kevin Bartlett going for his 3rd goal. He's had 4 shots for 2-2. They've only been playing 60. The umpire said you've kicked your 3rd goal, Kevin Bartlett. What a great start.
One could not ask for any better to start. A, to be playing a 337th game and breaking the existing record, but B, to be right in the thick of things and have 3 goals on the board 17 minutes into the first term.
I think he might be breaking a few hearts out there too, Bob, so those Carlton defenders will be starting to worry a bit now.
Well, it's not. I don't think it's the Carlton defence as much as the Carlton players up around the centre of the ground, Jack. The way the ball is coming down there has given every opportunity for those opposition players. As Lee again gets it down to Waitman this time. Waitman puts the long kick down to the forward pocket. It's Roach up in front of Southby. Southby brings the ball down. He's tackled. Cannot get rid of the ball, though. No chance at all. He was punching it. Roach performing. But Southby was having the ball held to him by Michael Roach. So naturally, umpire Bill Della indicating that he would bounce the ball.
Well, let's see if little Bartlett can get into the thick of things again. Fitzpatrick, Warren Jones. I get those two confused. The whistle sounds, and the whistle sounds for Waitman. Waitman can take this shot and should score from about 40 metres out. See Fitzpatrick going into the goal square there to try and counter the marking ability of Roach with Southby, but Waitman should make the distance.
There's Dale Waitman. It's a kick goalward. There's no mistake about that as Richmond go to 5 goals to 32. Carlton 2 straight goals, 12 points.
Well, the Blues, Bobby, have
I do think, Jack, that Richmond do have the advantage of whatever breeze there is, but it is not a 5-goal advantage, and with only 3 goals up, we know.
It's more across the ground, Bobby, than favouring Richmond's end. It could favour their end from our members' side of the ground, but Richmond have been scoring from both sides.
I was just watching Wayne Harms at that previous ball up, Jack. He was about 20 metres away from Kevin Bartlett, so I'm sure Bartlett wouldn't mind this approach of
keeping out of harm's way. There's the also in the game, putting the ball up long, a beautiful kick. Roach and Southby, the Rovers will come in for this one. Bartlett, hand passes Wiley. Wiley shoots for goal. Oh, he got it. The Rovers came into that all right.
Good piece of football again by Kevin Bartlett as he rove to that one. And I'm sure that if I were the Carlton Brains Trust, Jack, Bartlett gave it across. That's what I say. Bartlett rove to that one and then gave it across to Wiley. This is what we see on replay now. So Bartlett, virtually the goal scorer again because he really took the ball off the hands of the...
6 for 12 points. Centre bounce once again. Lee beaten by Jones. The ball on the turf. Out they go. Ashman went out. Smith picks it up. He runs into trouble. His own teammate really might be penalised for holding the ball. The umpire said the free kick will go to Greg Wells of Carlton. Normally a good kick should get the ball moving along and hopeful that Carlton can get something on the ball.
A nice kick from Wells towards half forward. Punched away there by Strawn. Grabbed by Malthouse. He gets a quick hand pass. Raines grabs it and puts it up towards the wing. Francis Burke leads in the race for the ball. It's an awkward bounce for Burke, though. It favours Austin. Austin tackled by Burke, was able to get a hand pass out, though, and then it's forced over the boundary line by Mackay. So good defensive play by Francis Burke to keep the ball in the forward zone.
Carlton down by 26 points. The time clock, 20.5 minutes into the first quarter. Clomp, long hand pass downfield toward the wing position where Francis picks up, runs himself into stride. Could have got a free kick there against Smith, the tackle being a bit high, but umpire Della having a good look at it. Francis once again in there, but umpire Della said in the shadows of the stands he will bounce. Bounce taking place on true centre wing. Smith on screen, waiting for the ball to come down. Just about had his Guernsey torn off. Clomp in there, can't make contact. Lorcan Lee, kicked off by Waitman, up toward Austin. Burke there. Burke did the tackling, picked up here by English. No, lost by English, and also lost by Scrimshaw. A pack forming up, and the umpire this time, or same umpire, Bill Teller, as Francis Burke picks himself up. The bounce will be affected half forward for Richmond on the members' side, half forward flank.
So far, Jack, I do not think that Carlton have relished the ferocity of the Richmond tackling. That is evident on the scoreboard at the moment as Jess gets high up, gives a tap down. Waitman took the ball, got rid of it. Jess comes in again, playing the ball in front of him, gets a hand pass out wide. Waitman leads out there, it's chased by Dool. He just gets tackled by Dool, a quick hand pass. Dool then misses the ball. Roach comes in, desperate football by Roach. Sees him screw the ball towards the goal square, but Harms is there, and he takes it aside where Warren Jones leads to the half-back flank. The ball should reaching, a diving attempt, unsuccessful. Wiley tapped the ball out. Wasn't trying to do that, of course. Tried to gain possession, and the ball forced over the boundary line. The throw-in will take place on the half-forward flank for Richmond, outer side, around about 65, 70 metres out from goal where it will land. Mackay and Jess. Mackay taps it down to Clomp. Clomp now going in toward the centre. Not a very good kick, was partially smothered. Mayland took his eye off it and lost it. Picked up by Collins, having a shot for goal, but it's off target. The umpire moved well across to his left to indicate 1 point. So Richmond still scoring, 6-3, 39. Carlton 2 goals for 12 points. The time clock approaching the 23-minute mark of the first quarter. You're watching on the big league. It's been all Kevin Bartlett's quarter as far as I'm concerned. He's been a great player in the first quarter. Mackay up high, missed the easy mark. Just got the crumb, couldn't do anything with it and was caught in possession. So it'll be a free kick going the way of Ashman. Just giving Ashman the ball right in the face.
Not the only thing he's had in the face today.
So Ashman puts it up towards centre wing. Clomps there and was beaten for it by Scrimshaw from centre wing. Scrimshaw having time to steady, but then puts a kick off the side of the boot. It goes out towards a half-forward flank. Couldn't be kept in play by Strawn, and he carries the ball over the boundary line. So we'll see a throw-in take place. Members' side of the ground, half-forward flank for the Tigers. David Mackay, Jimmy Jess. Jess gets the tap down, grabbed again by Scrimshaw, knocked on by Mackay. Beautiful football by Mackay, was pushing the back. Wells picks it up, gives it across to Ashman. Ashman puts the ball down, but there's a bad piece of disposal. Bad miss also by the player there in Malthouse, and we see
Peter Welsh, I think it was, getting, no it wasn't, it was Landy. Getting the treatment, rough and tumble once again. A very high and heavy tackle, possibly unnecessary, and players go down like 9 pins in this hectic first quarter of the final here at VFL Park. It's the qualifying final. Some of these fellows, I think, Bobby, are trying to qualify for Festival Hall. We'll have a look at that in a moment when this sorts itself out, Alf. Here it goes. Sheldon breaking away from Malthouse after he missed an easy mark. The tackle coming from Landy for Carlton to tackle, and down goes. No
attempt to tackle, Jack.
No, it wasn't a tackle. I was trying to be kind there, Bob. Sheldon feeling the effects of that. You have to call it a high tackle because I don't know of any other.
I think the pencil's out, Jack.
The pencils are out, are they? Well, the umpire doing some writing and some talking. They can only assume that the tackle was a bit high and wasn't regarded as a tackle. The grim-faced umpire there, Bill Della, the man with a notebook, is umpire Glenn James writing there. And writing a fair amount too. They're having a little conference now, and after things are sorted out.
Ken Sheldon being helped off the ground by the doctor and the trainer.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was concussed. Back to Mark McClure, shooting for goal. The kick not quite making the distance.
Big pack of players up in the goal square. It comes to ground, kicked off the ground by Ashman. The wait on the umpire, 1 point only.
Good try.
Armstrong on for Carlton. Ashman off after popping that heavy knock.
Sheldon,
I should say.
Ashman copped a heavy knock also, but he's still on the ground. So Richmond are certainly making their presence felt out there, Bob.
Are they, Jack? We see a short pass from full-back, and it's well accepted down there by Scrimshaw. Scrimshaw's tackled too high under the knee with a free kick. Plays on, runs straight past Johnson, then with the left foot kick, puts it forward into towards the centre of the ground. Dool up, and a lovely mark by Bruce Dool.
He's right in the centre of VFL Park. Dool putting the ball up toward Armstrong. In the way is Big Mark Lee, playing on very quickly, moving the ball well up to Bartlett out in front, and Bartlett taking a mark in front of Wayne Harms. Bartlett has kicked 3, but I wouldn't give him much show from here. He's out about 65 metres. Roach is there. I think that'll be the target. Kevin Bartlett. The ball dropping short. Roach at the back of Southby, though. Or come off the hands of Southby toward Roach, but he can't get it before the line. And we'll see a boundary throw-in taking place in the forward pocket for Richmond.
It'll be Jones. Probably Roach who will compete with Warren Jones. Jones in the front position. No competition there, but it's the Richmond player underneath the pack was Terry Smith, who tapped the ball out wide. And then we saw diving over the top Scrimshaw. And so desperate football all over the ground, though, by the Richmond side.
Richmond lead by 26 points at the 26.5-minute mark of the first quarter. Whistle sounds, a free kick will be paid, and it's Big Warren Jones picking himself up to take this free kick in the back pocket. Lost his footing there, must have those rubber-soled shoes on, I would think, to slip like that.
Nice kick. Mark Lee up high, couldn't take the mark. Grabbed by Mackay. Mackay's kick smothered off the boot. Desperate footballers we've witnessed all through this term by the Richmond side. Wells gets a push in the back, and he'll take the free kick.
It has been a desperate quarter of football. Very desperate. Richmond, who put in such a bad game last week against South Melbourne, trying to make amends.
The kick from Greg Wells towards centre wing. Mark Lee was there. He'll get the free kick anyway. The big fellow Lee. 15-metre penalty being paid, and so it brings him onto the forward line of the centre.
Roach. Roach was in position, Bob, wasn't he? But Southby outmanoeuvred him.
It's a hand pass across to Harms. Harms goes for the short pass out there looking for McConville, but it's punched away by Temperley, and so we'll see a throw-in take place on the half-forward flank for Richmond. 39 points Richmond, 6 goals, 3 that is, to 2-1, 13 points. So it's a 26-point advantage to Richmond.
Mackay and Jess. Jess getting the tap down, punched on again and kicked off by Armstrong down toward the centre line. The ball's been taken by McClure a long way out of his ground. A hand pass comes out to Mark Koo. Well tackled, got the hand pass to Wells. He hand passes on again, and McConville from the half-forward line balks the opposition, tries to straighten up for a shot at goal. A long way out he is, but he's going to put it in short. Can he find Ashman? He has.
Ashman turning around and have a few words, and I think foolishly might lose the ball.
I think you've called it right. Yes, Ashman has lost possession to Peter Welsh. Carlton can't afford that, Bobby. They haven't been down there often enough to be giving away those chances.
Richmond being very cheeky and Carlton falling for it at the moment. As we see the kick go up, missed by Warren Jones, but Jones will get a push in the back possibly. No, it's called play on. Grabbed and put forward by Johnson of Carlton. But in the front position is Tempany. He trapped the ball, carried it over the boundary line. So a throw-in will take place on the half-forward flank for Carlton. 29 minutes have gone in this first term. So
just about to say, Bob, it could be a fairly long quarter. There's been a bit of lost time.
And a few goals scored, Jack. 8 goals in the first quarter of a final. It's not quite, quite normal. Marcoux of Carlton coming out with the free kick. Quite a hectic quarter, particularly for the Carlton boys, as Marcoux goes into the short pass, looking for Fitzpatrick. Dunn punches the ball away. It's grabbed down there. And a strong tackle against Waitman. Waitman lost possession of the ball, but we see umpire Glenn James indicating that he'll bounce the ball. It's there, Perce Jones and Wes Lofts, the Carlton Brains Trust.
And the ball about to be bounced about 35 to 40 metres out from the Carlton goal. Fitzpatrick got the tap over. Strawn gets it out. Marcoux tried to get a shot at goal, couldn't do so. Taken away by Malthouse. A short pass is a beautiful pass and taken by Tempany. He's going to put it up toward the wing position on the outer side with a magnificent kick.
That it is, a glorious kick. Louis outmanoeuvred his opponent with the help of Francis Burke, tapped it down to Burke. Burke puts a kick down there looking, but it drops short, and this time it's Wayne Harms who will take the mark instead of Kevin Bartlett. It's the first time I think that Harms has been in front of Bartlett.
And he's going wide. Oh, hand passes out to English. That wasn't such a good piece of football. English's kick up to McClure, who was nudged out by Strawn, and the umpire may play that way, yes. Free kick to Mark McClure on centre wing with the quarter-time siren not very far away from us. McClure has a lot of work to do to get this ball moving for Carlton to score.
Nice kick from McClure towards the half-forward line. Condell had the ball punched away from him. Goes back towards Armstrong. A bad bounce for Armstrong. Sees the ball tapped away from Scrimshaw. He puts a hand pass back. Armstrong's held when not in possession of the ball, and so he'll take the free kick.
Nearly 31 minutes have gone. Carlton with the ball on the wing position outer side. They shouldn't go wide. They should go straight down.
That's exactly where he goes. Coming across was McConville, but couldn't take the mark. Emmett Dunn picked it up. Cronk lost possession of the ball. Tapped wide by Dunn. Good football there. It's picked up now by Marcoux. Across to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick pushes. He's about to kick the ball. It goes out wide. And then a strong piece of defensive work by Malthouse. Sees the ball go over the boundary line. And another throw-in will take place on the half-forward line for Carlton.
Richmond 26 points in front as we approach quarter time. Carlton in attack, but a long way from goal. Dunn, Fitzpatrick. Dunn has the ball, can't do a great deal with it. Klomp's hand pass ineffective. Picked up here by Landy. Landy going back on the left foot to keep the ball on the defensive side of the ground. In front there was nearly a mark, I thought, to Scrimshaw, but the umpire said no. Putting the head down and diving through was McConville. Wood comes on the scene. He's robbed of possession. Players have all got the fumbles. Mayland got a hit on the head, and the umpire, I think, will come in, and I thought he may have given Mayland the free kick, but he said no.
I don't think the umpire quite saw that as the way Mayland indicated. From the ball up. It's Dunn, number 5. Fitzpatrick, number 3. Wells loses possession of the ball. It's taken away by Brian Wood. His hand pass picked up by Tempany. Tempany's kick down towards centre wing. It's close to the boundary line. In fact, it goes over on the full, and so we'll see the resultant free kick taken down there by Rod Austin.
Very long first quarter. 32.5 minutes have now gone. Austin with the ball on the half-back flank. There's the siren. Quarter-time scores here at VFL Park, showing Richmond 6-3, 39, Carlton 2-1, 13.
Well, Richmond led by 26 points at quarter-time, and they only increased that by 42 points throughout the remainder of the match. Carlton sticking with them, but I'm sure you will agree with me when I say that that first quarter really had everything. For Carlton, Katoggio and Klomp got 2 goals apiece. For Richmond, Waitman got 4, and Kevin Bartlett, certainly the man of the match, he finished up with 6 goals. And after the match at VFL Park, Kevin Bartlett, who today played his 337th senior game to break the all-time record, spoke to Doug Wade.
We're out here at VFL Park this afternoon. We've witnessed an amazing game by the record-breaking Kevin Bartlett, playing his 337th game for Richmond. An amazing effort by Kevin, kicking 6 goals, 3. And Kevin, in that first quarter, you started off fairly badly, if I might say, by kicking a left-foot snap at goal and kicking a point, and then that amazing shot from a almost impossible angle coming in on the right-hand side. How did you feel about that?
Well, I was a little bit disappointed with the first one, of course. Would have been a good start, but I was very pleased to see the second one go through. It gave me a big lift, and hopefully it gave the side a big lift. Playing the record game, Kevin, has that sort of given you a big lift today, because you played like you played 10 years ago? Well, yes, it was a a real milestone for me, and I was pretty keyed up today, and I was hoping to do well. You don't know how you're going to go, of course, but I'd sort of mentally I've been preparing myself to try and do well.
What was the feeling after being thrashed last week by South Melbourne, then coming up against Carlton, who had been playing very, very well? You must have had a right mental attitude to come out and hit Carlton like you did.
Well, I think we had to forget last week. South had only been beaten once at home this year, and the wind down at South was, well, it must have been about 50 miles an hour, and they handled their ground magnificently last week, and we kicked the ball fairly long, which just blew it straight out of bounds onto the bowling green, and we just never kept the ball in play enough to score, and it was just a lesson that we learned playing at South Melbourne, how we just played the ground very poorly. But we felt that our record at Waverley is probably as good as any club's, and we were confident that we could play Waverley very well today.
Kevin Bartlett breaking the all-time VFL record, 337.
He punches the ball back. Green comes across. Green, well, could possibly have got a free. He punches the ball back. Green comes across. Green, well, could possibly have got a free kick, but it's been called play on. Mossop comes out with it, and now Freem does get the free kick. So maybe their players didn't quite hear the whistle of umpire Rowan Saws.
Freem puts it out wide to Jimmy Jess, going back to try and take a one-handed mark, but Jack Hawkins comes on the scene for Geelong. It's Jess with the ball in front of him, can't pick it up cleanly, and out of bounds is resulting for a throw-in to take place on the half-forward flank on the outer side. Richmond in front by a slender one-point margin. Mark Lee of Richmond, number 1, and 16 is Rod Blake of Geelong. Wiley picking it up. His kick is not good. Rebounds off Hawkins, or Hawkins had it, then lost possession. The umpire said it will be a free kick to a man they call Jumping Jack Hawkins from Geelong.
Long hand pass taken by Taylor. He's quick to give it across to Card. Card took his eye off the ball and therefore lost possession. Monteith pushed in the back, and so he'll take the free kick and a 15-metre penalty because he was grabbed by the foot. Still very hard to say, Bob, just which team will take this game out. Very much so, Jack, as we see Monteith put the long kick up. It's over the head. Bartlett swooping on it again. And Richmond over 10-5, 65 with Geelong 9-4, 58. Lost possession of the ball, desperately dives back over the top of it, and although he didn't quite make any attempt to tap the ball clear, he had no chance of getting rid of the ball. He didn't actually gain possession, really, so a ball up will take place. At the bounce, Blake gets in the front position, Lee over the top. Lee got the tap down, taken away by Peter Featherby of Geelong. Going out wide, Malthouse and Floyd over their heads. Malthouse balked well. Oh, broke away beautifully from Floyd. A long hand pass, gets the ball downfield, and it looks like Welsh being tripped. The umpire said play on as the call as Jess picks up. Gives a hand pass out to Terry Smith. Smith from centre wing. Took a little long to kick the ball, and it was almost smothered, and it was touched off the boot, actually. Card took it, gives it across to Nankervis. Bruce Nankervis drives the long kick up. Featherby not quite there to take that mark, and now it's big punch back with Lee to Scrimshaw. Scrimshaw puts the ball down to the forward pocket. Roach comes out, takes the mark, under great pressure there from Malarkey. Could have played on if he wanted then, Bob. Malarkey was down on the ground, but Roach is going back to take the shot at goal. It's a difficult shot. I suppose it's difficult enough standing still rather than being on the run. But Roach, a prolific kicker of goals over this year of 1980, going back to take this 45 to 50-metre shot at goals into the breeze. Kick travelling well off the boot, but is it straight enough? It's close. The umpire said it's touched through for one behind only. The man on screen was Roach. The scoreboard in front of you now, 10-6, 66 to 9-4, 58. Richmond in front at nearly the 20-minute mark, the third quarter, and Clark bringing the ball away from the Geelong defence. Featherby's there to take the mark and plays on from centre wing. Short kick from Featherby. Finds Boz under pressure from Freem. Freem giving away penalty, but not taken. And Freem smothered the ball. It comes back with Boz. He gets it across to Clark. From the half-forward line, David Clark drives the ball forward, and Peter Johnson comes out once again, getting away from Strawn to take the mark. Well, an unusual situation here in Melbourne, even though it's only 4:16 in the afternoon. There are heavy rain clouds around the ground here, around this VFL Park Stadium, and the lights have been put on here at VFL Park to assist the public and the players alike. Johnson stabbing with the ball with a shocking kick. Goes out of bounds on the full. Bobby, no excuses for that shot. No, none at all, Jack. And Peter Johnson realises that, I'm sure. But laying back and, as you said, stabbing at the ball. Now it's Mount of Richmond who drives it up towards half forward. Lee and Blake collide, and the ball comes through to a good mark taken by Zane Taylor.
Well, Johnson calling for the ball again. It's being delivered to him. I wonder if he'll make the mistake if he gets it. No, didn't quite take the mark on that occasion. The umpire said a free kick will go to Emmett Dunn of Richmond. Going for the hand pass to get the ball moving quickly. He gives it to Mervyn Kane, who puts it up long to the wing position on the outer side where Big Mark Lee gets into the back of Nankervis. Wasn't penalised. Jim Jess having plenty of time to get balance and drive the ball into the half-forward zone.
To find a ball up taking place 70 metres out from the Geelong goal.
Richmond lead by 8 points. The time clock toward the 22-minute mark of the third quarter. The ball on the half-forward flank for Geelong. And with Nankervis, who puts it in long, but out a bit wide. Looking for Terry Bright. It might be a little bit too wide for him. Smith into his back slightly. Bumped him out the way. Matthews goes down with a bit of a nudge in the...
Themselves in desperation on the ball, and so now we'll find a ball up taking place 70 metres out from the Geelong goal.
Richmond lead by 8 points. The time clock toward the 22-minute mark of the third quarter. The ball on the half-forward flank for Geelong. And with Nankervis, who puts it in long, but out a bit wide. Looking for Terry Bright. It might be a little bit too wide for him. Smith into his back slightly. Bumped him out the way. Matthews goes down with a bit of a nudge in the back, but still continuing to play on. Matthews can't gain possession. The hand passes from Waitman back toward Mount, but the boundary line is very close indeed. The hand pass from Mount is good. Found Welsh, and Welsh getting it quickly to the boot, going downfield toward the half-forward zone. A bit of hanging on there by Mossop, I thought, but Preston picking up for Geelong. Hand passing back into Featherby, and from the centre of the ground, Featherby looks for the short pass. Can't find Boz. The ball misses Freem. Waitman goes through, has a chance to recover now. A beautiful bit of work there by Waitman. Got it out to Rains. Rains to Monteith. Monteith's hand passes downfield.
Left by Scrimshaw. Wiley comes in, couldn't win possession of the ball in, dives over the top of it, but he's given away a free kick, and it'll go to Neil of Geelong.
Well, it's a desperate game of football you're watching here from VFL Park as Robert Neal's about to put it back toward the half-forward zone.
I do notice that Mark Boss has been taken away from Kevin Bartlett, and the player with the job now is Murray Whitcomb, who has plenty of pace, so it'll be interesting to see what happens as Mossop shows a lot of manoeuvrability to win possession, but then he was tackled and lost it, and Peter Johnson picks it up, almost throws it out. Mervyn Kane swoops on the ball, drives the Tigers out of the air with a beautiful pass, and Monteith accepts the mark.
He's on centre wing, looking into Ward Roach. He's kicking up high. The ball travelling in the direction of the full forward, but Malarkey's there, Barton's there also. So is Whitcomb. Whitcomb's small kick, getting away from the pack. Middlemiss picks up. The tackles come furiously. Taken here by Hawkins. A little kick from Hawkins in toward the centre, and that can't be taken. Rains got a hand pass out. Scrimshaw coming through, being held, not in possession. The umpire called play on.
Play on it is, as we find Hawkins coming away from the half-back line. Dummies the hand pass, then comes back. A desperate effort by Monteith to smother the kick was not successful, and it goes straight into the arms of Mount, who foolishly plays on straight away. Gives it across now from Freem to Malthouse. Malthouse goes for the short pass, and a lovely kick finds Monteith, who handballs on to Waitman, puts Waitman under a lot of pressure, but he gets it on to Lee. Lee will give it back to Waitman if he can break through the tackle, does so. Gets tackled again, but breaks away from it. Then puts...
Again, opposing Blake. Ball comes from the hands of Blake, but it's Burke in there. Chance now for Waitman. He's caught. Free kick will go against Waitman, I feel. Holding the ball will be the decision of the umpire. Waitman getting his face pushed into the ground by Hawkins.
Umpire Saws coming in to indicate that it's a 15-metre penalty. Hawkins maybe a little lucky there, Jack.
Yes, I thought he may have been a shade lucky, Bob. And then the
there wasn't really much in what he did, though.
No, just gave him a mouthful of mud. That was all he gave him. Jack Hawkins playing on from the half-back line, getting himself into trouble too. Placing the kick very well, though. It was a beautifully placed kick, but couldn't be taken.
Boz was the player that he was looking for, and it was Freem who came across and virtually intercepted to make sure that he couldn't take the mark. Lee and Mossop. Rod Blake having a rest at the moment as Mossop was up there. A heavy tackle comes in and out of it all. Jeff Rains pushing the ball forward. Preston just misses Rains, took the ball away from him. Players colliding everywhere down there at the moment. Real desperate football as Monteith picks it up, goes forward. Bartlett in the front, couldn't take the mark. It's grabbed by Wiley. Wiley's kick over the shoulder. Racing after it is Malarkey. Malarkey taps the ball back. It comes to Neil. Neil gives a wide hand pass to Middlemiss. Middlemiss goes across the ground where we've seen Bruce Nankervis accepts the pass and plays on, has plenty of time to actually lose possession of the ball, gain it again, and then put the long kick down towards the half-forward line. Missed there by Emmett Dunn. Coming across is Smith. close to the boundary line. Smith traps the ball well, then goes for the short pass. Welsh taking the ball too easy, misses it. Jimmy Jess has plenty of time to that slippery ball with that little bit of rain, then gives it across to Welsh. Welsh goes forward up towards Mark Lee. Lee showing tremendous pace, then gives a hand pass across to Burke. Burke now from the forward pocket, drives it up there, looking for Bartlett into just out from goal. Bartlett comes out, gets pushed out of the way at the last moment. Desperate football by the Geelong defence as Malachi got the hand pass across to Floyd. Floyd's into the centre with the kick, taken by Waitman. Waitman onto Rains. Rains now puts the long kick forward over the half-forward line, but too many Geelong players in defence, and it's Robert Neal who takes it, gives a hand pass on to Floyd. Floyd now up towards the half-back line, puts it towards centre wing. Newman coming out, couldn't take the mark. It's Mount who comes out with the ball, give the long hand pass, looking there for Scrimshaw, who taps the ball on over the head of Floyd. Floyd and Scrimshaw go on again, and strong play by Roach to tap the ball towards Mount. He taps it on again, looking for Wiley. Wiley can't quite gain possession. Newman, who's come right up the ground, puts the pressure on Wiley. He carries the ball over the boundary line, so a throw-in will take place in the forward pocket for the Tigers.
Well, not far away from the three-quarter time siren, and Geelong looking a bit jaded to me, Bob. Blake good at getting the ball out. Scrimshaw's there, can't take it cleanly. Taken here by Whitcomb of Geelong. And the siren does sound for three-quarter time. Richmond 10-66 and Geelong.
Players like, well, there's one of them. Welsh played very well. Rain started to get a few kicks. Waitman. All players played very well for Richmond, and Geelong were a little bit floundered. And I think up forward they were lacking at centre-half forward and the full forward line. And as Billy said, there's going to be a few changes at Geelong, and I think there would be too.
Right, to Jack Dyer now. Jack, as a ruckman, what were your thoughts on the big battle between Lee and Blake?
Well, the eyes of the football world were on these two yesterday because it was a clash between two of the big best men in the league, the big men. And it was an even Steven go, I thought, up until half-time. I thought Blake was a little bit on top because he was getting a little bit more of the knockouts. But then the last quarter, it was... I thought that Lee went on with the business. He went right on with the business and became a very good player and a very powerful player for Richmond, and Blake faded out of the game quite a bit. He had 31 knockouts, the big fella Lee, and 25 went to Blake. But the kicking, they had about 4 marks each, and they had about 9 kicks each, so there was just about a line ball as far as that was concerned. But I thought the finish of that big fella Lee was a beauty, and I put Richmond right on top.
Well, Collingwood 22-20, of course, ran right away. Really flew. Newman and Straw.
Yes, Lee.
And the Richmond men even got together. Jess and Bartlett collide.
We see Bartlett too collide there. Looked like Wiley too.
Bartlett and Jess, I think.
It was a Jess. I thought it might have been Wiley.
And then Sarah and Smith got together.
The top came Smith.
A little knee in the face.
Players go down again. Can't quite see who that one is either, but...
Sarah.
And now you see it, Malthouse and Newman.
Out in front, Newman takes the mark. And Malthouse caught him on the way through. Oh, no love lost here, I'll tell you that much.
Good football there.
Welsh and Middlemiss.
Fumbles it a couple of times. Gets the ball going, and we could find a free kick. Early leads with Neal, but Neal
now Neal
on this occasion.
has a run.
The ball away. He keeps the ball in.
Has a run.
Brilliant.
Has a run and runs out of space.
Kick up toward Turner.
Turner, on the other hand, just ran.
He's got the paddock in front of him. He's taken his third bounce now. He'll take the fourth, I think.
Kick from Strawn.
Some of them got caught, but not Bartlett. Here are some of his 8 goals.
Travelling toward Roach. Tapped out by
this one off the pack.
Got it in front of goal. He shoots at goal. It's close, but is it close enough? Yes.
A clever tap from Monteith.
Fairly free. Tapped on by Monteith to Bartlett. Bartlett shoots at goal. It could be another one for Bartlett.
Crean uses his body well.
As Boz comes out. Crean shows tremendous courage to put himself on top of the ball. Irrepressible. Bartlett straightens up again, and with the left foot goes forward. With the long kick up
another one.
The head. Bartlett swooping on it again.
A little help from Rains.
Gives it across to Bartlett. Bartlett goes forward again. Coach coming across, couldn't take the mark.
And here was number 8.
Bartlett kicks it off the ground. There's a chance of goal.
And at the end,
Monteith, it's the mark. Last kick was a beauty. Puts this one.
Terry Bright.
Back line, a beautiful
Geelong's Peter Johnson.
Beautiful mark. Terry Johnson.
Bartlett or can
and Jimmy Jess from Richmond.
Right up towards the square. Jimmy Jess. Probably the mark of the day.
And that was the mark of the day to win the $100 award from John Martin Holden, Jimmy Jess of Richmond, and that mark to be considered for the $1,000 award at the end of the year for the mark of the year from John Martin Holden.
Risking head and skin. If we're behind, then never mind. We'll fight and win. For we're from Tigerland. We never weaken till the final siren's gone. We're strong and we're bold. For we're from Tiger. Yellow and black. We're from Tigerland.
Days without when ways to make a living. Well, a lot of things when we see work brings. You've made us cry and you've made us smile. You've hit the front, now it's all worthwhile. 'Cause there's one day in September we want to remember. There isn't any doubting we'll be in there shouting. Football's such a part of this whole town. Prize if you let them in. You've got to give your best and then give again. Out there, there's no such thing as friends. Well, we've been our best and we've been our worst. If we do it right, well, we'll come home first. We've got to get in there and make them sag. We'll hit them hard and take the flag. Part of this whole town, such a part of this whole town. We know that you won't let us down. September, in there and fight, 'cause we made it to the final. Show up your might, 'cause there's one day in September. Don't let them in. Footy's such a part of this whole town, such a part of this whole town. We know that you won't let us down.
We score another goal here. No, it's not to be the case as Richmond bringing the ball right in front of the members with a long kick down. It's off the side of the boot though and out of bounds on the full. Here, no, it's not to be the case as Richmond bringing the ball right in front of the members with a long kick down. It's off the side of the boot though and out of bounds on the full. So FITZROY are going to take that free kick, the player that kicked that ball on for Richard by Huntley.
Well, he was a bit stiff there. He had no one to pass it to, and he had to go for the long kick. He's looking for pass, and the mark taken up there by the captain of the FITZROY side in Alford. He's kicked 2 goals. He's a long way out here, and as you can see, right on the boundary line as he takes that shot for goal. It's a long kick. He'll land this right up towards the square. Ball coming loose. Here's a chance for FITZROY. A snap over the head. It's a beautiful kick there. Looked like Carroll, and he has put it through. What a goal that was.
Goals 9, 13 goals 11.
There was the big chance there for Carter as he kicks it long. Look, Lane goes in after his FITZROY opponent there. Here's the ball still close to the boundary line. A hand pass coming over the top
towards Knowles. He by a penalty kick will come back here to Dixon for the Richmond side. And Dixon is about 40 metres out from goal on a fairly acute angle, and he has yet to score a goal. He is a left footer, so he should be able to swing that from left, in fact, at the last minute away and through for one behind. Richmond have gone on to 11-10-76. Fitzroy are 13-11-89. So the difference is 13 points. Here's the ball out towards half-back flank, and a strong mark there taken by Roberts. Michael Roberts this is. He's already kicked the goal. He lines up this one with the drop punt. It's a long kick, a beautiful kick this one. He's put that through the centre. A great kick for his second goal and for Richmond's 12th. 12 goals, 10. 82 to Fitzroy, 13-11-89. So the difference now is only 7 points.
Yes, as Peter said, 7 points at the 15-minute mark, final quarter, the under-19 grand final. I hope you people at home and in Tasmania are enjoying this. The first of the 3 games here today, lining up with the... And then, of course, the big one, Collingwood-Richmond in the grand final. There's the ball, kicked down towards the half-forward line. Over the back of the pack there was Knowles. Coming out with a good play, Fitzroy, bringing it up towards the half-forward line. Oh, there's a good mark taken there by Walder on that half block when it kicked down towards the centre half-forward line. Here's a chance for Burke. He can't take the mark. Knocked forward there by Robertson. Good play by that player. He's been a very fast player. And Dixon, and a mark taken down here by Simmons. Already kicked 1 goal. He's only 35 metres out from goal. So this would make the difference. Simmons lines up for goal number 2.
We'll talk about Tasmania. He's an former East Launceston player. So the Launceston people will be watching in earnest here.
Oh, it's drifting right across. I'll wait for the umpire. I think it's just snuck in for a point. So Richmond go to 12 goals, 11. 1 goal, exactly the difference behind Fitzroy. 13 goals, 11 at the 17-minute mark, final quarter.
Here's the ball with McGrath at the fullback position. He's done an excellent job on the lane, the full forward, since he's been gone to hit. Right foot, he hooks at the goals, and he might have put this through. It was a beautiful kick. I'd say he's put that through. Doug?
Yep.
Umpire going down to confirm with the goal. Umpire, yes, a great goal, and the scores are level.
Forward line, Robertson, who kicked for goal over his shoulder. Oh, it's coming around close to almost a mark there. Should have been taken. Ball has got back in towards the forward line, but it's out of bounds, so a free. Lonnie now from that back pocket position, kicking it up here, looking for side. Traps the ball well. Kicks it up towards centre wing position, close to the boundary. A Richmond player. That looks like Rolton, but the kick's not a good one, and allows Fitzroy to bring it forward again. Here's Rolton again, should take the mark, and he does on that centre wing position. Who's going to buy 19 grand final? You're watching it live on Channel C for Gotts. Can he pick that ball up? He's going to be ridden into the ground, tackled, ridden into the ground by at the final quarter. 13-11 apiece, Richmond Fitzroy, and this is the under-19 grand final.
Bradley Gotts transfers the play. Oh, he didn't gain much. Well, he didn't gain anything really where he kicked that ball. He should be kicking straight down the centre of the ground. Here's a short pass. They're fiddling around Fitzroy. I think, Doug, they should be going long, straight at the goals. Here's Coates with the ball for Fitzroy. Michael Coates this is, and they've gone short again. And what happens normally once one kick and go down and get a goal? Let's see if that happens. The ball, oh, he's a determined player, Dixon for Richmond. The ball comes to Wood. Wood kicks it forward towards the forward line. The Fitzroy player in front drops the mark. Here's a chance for the Richmond players. 30 there for Richmond was Gordon. Umpire said holding the man, and Gordon will be paid that 30 metres out from goal directly in front. Gordon's already kicked 1 goal. Peter Gordon, 18-year-old, 6'3.5", a very big bloke from Witchy Doug area up in that area. So, disgraceful kick, but lacks a fortune as the full forward Peter Lane comes out and marks easily on his chest directly in front and has a chance to kick goal number 6. Have this shot, and he fires at the goals. He's put that one straight through the centre, 1 straight goal. 14-11, 13-11.
Yes, there you see Gordon just going off the screen, took that mark and or got the free kick rather. And his kick was marked by Lane to take Richmond into the lead. Can Fitzroy come back from that position? We've been playing 20 minutes in the final quarter, the under-19 grand final. Don't forget, coming up, the Commodore Cup straight after, and then of course the big one, preceded by all the grand final festivities that are going to take place here today. You'll see it live on Channel 7. Right now it's the final on the centre wing position. The umpire's going to come in. He said should have punched the ball away to Conlon, and the free kick's going side. There's a kick. Oh, it's all a good mark taken by Roos. He's a grab, one grab on all the time, but oh, it's almost a mark. Umpire said no play on from line. It would have been a mark. See, coming up to where he picks the ball up, has a shot in towards goal. To, in fact, Zarella holding the ball. Goes to Richmond. And in the last line of the fence. Yeah, it was. I thought it was from line. Ball brought back here, and a good mark taken there by, looks like Dixon. So Dixon, yes it is. Dixon, left foot kick towards centre wing position. Over the back is Eves now plays on his left foot kick forward. Goes for the pass again, Peter, as rather than kicking it long, Baum gets it out. It's away from that centre wing position.
Owen Wood charges at the goals. It's a shocking kick, but once again, that's a bit of luck involved there, because twice they've done, the Richmond players coming down the ground have done shocking kicks.